My next guest will make his UFC debut this Saturday, July the 1st at UFC Vegas 76 when he takes on Joanderson Brito. And of course, is Westin Wilson back on the show. Westin, how are you?
Good. How's it going, Ryan?
I'm fantastic. I'm really excited for you, my man. I know we've been talking for a long time now. We spoke 3 months ago, and after your most recent win, you said you were ready for this UFC call, and you got it. When did you actually find out? And I know what the emotions were like, but just run me through your initial thoughts.
Yeah, I actually I had to go into work on Tuesday last week, and that's when I found out I got the call while I was at work, and it was like, yep, I can't focus anymore. I'm going home. And there's, it was really cool. I knew that like the Brito fight fell through. I knew that UFC was looking at a couple people, and I'd heard that maybe I was one of them. So I started trying to prepare then. Um, and just stay ready. And then so when I got the call, I was ready to go already. Weight was already starting to get down, and the focus was starting to tune in. So yeah, we were ready. I just didn't know if I was going to get it. So when I got it, ecstatic.
Was there any question as to if there would be a catch weight bout here, or was it 145 right from the jump?
45 right from the jump.
Okay. And what's your weight at right now?
I am 160 right now, so I've got 14 to lose by Friday.
And we spoke before. You told me that sometimes you got to cut 25 pounds leading up to a fight. So that was probably where you normally would be anyways, right?
Uh, yeah, typically like this close. I'm usually only like 12 over, so I'm 2 pounds from where I normally am. But I've got Tyler Mitten helping me, and he's confident in everything. And I know in terms of like the mental uh, stress of a weight cut, I can handle. I've done this much before, so I know I can do it. It's just not going to be fun.
And I assume you're in Vegas already. When did you get there, and who do you have with you there already? You already mentioned Tyler Mitten, but
I
who else?
got there this morning, and then my corners were supposed to come in, and their flight got canceled, so they don't get in until tomorrow now. So I'm without my corners and coaches until tomorrow.
And is it the same, the usual suspects who will be in your corner come fight now?
Yeah, so I got Ray Thompson, I've got Steve Deviney, and then we put Gino Morelli, and he's a straight killer. He's from Penn State, uh, trained with Bo Nickel and all those guys up there, and he's a fantastic wrestler, fantastic jiu-jitsu guy. Just made his pro debut 2 weeks ago. I was actually out there with him in Houston when he made his pro debut. Um, and he's probably going to be in the UFC within a year or two.
And I know, Weston, you train year round, but were you essentially, in the middle of camp getting ready for this opportunity if and when it did come?
Yeah. So I was the original plan that we talked with the coaches was that I would be in camp with Steven, and then I was going to go out to Utah July. And if somebody fell through, I was just going to say, look, I'm already on weight. I'm ready to go. Just put me in and like do one of those like 24-hour notice, get signed. Well, I had all my medicals for Utah already done. I had my license already for Utah. Um, and so we were ready to step in. So we were going through camp as if, I was going to fight July 29th. It just ended up being sooner, which I wouldn't have it any other way.
Absolutely, man. You're here now, and you got an exciting fight. July 29th, Wonder Boy is taking on Michel Pereira. Obviously, you imagine Wonder Boy is going to get his hand raised, but how do you see that fight actually playing out?
Yeah, I've contemplated that fight quite a bit, going into, his fight camp and being his training partner, trying to be the best, Pereira I can be, just throwing really wild and crazy stuff. Um, I think Steven is he's so good at outpointing those strikers. I think he's just going to outpoint them and just keep, picking them apart. Um, where Steven really thrives is in those 5-round fights. This one's only a 3-round. But I think he, uh, picks up the pace and really, punishes them there in late second, early third.
How many more years do you think we're going to see him at this level?
Man, Wonder Boy is still moving like a 25, 26 year old. So I don't know. It's up to him really. I don't think his body ages like the normal human. Um, he's still young. He still acts young. You know, it's fun. Like when we train together, we always try to push each other to see who can like do the crazier things. Um, and 9 times out of 10, he beats me in everything. So, um, I think he could go well into his 50s. Like if I'm gonna be completely honest, unless there's like some medical thing that happens to him, he's that well in shape that he could probably go another decade, no problem.
Okay, I wouldn't put it past him. The guy's amazing. Before we transition back to your fight this Saturday, again, UFC Vegas 76, I want to get a couple more fight picks from you. The following weekend, it's International Fight Week, big pay-per-view, couple titles on the line, 145, Volkanovski and Rodriguez that start there. Who do you see winning that title
Uh,
fight?
I see Volk winning. I hit the guy's just so good, so well rounded, good striking, good ground game, good jujitsu, um, and he's tough as nails and has good cardio. And from what I hear, he's super strong. So I'm gonna go with Volk all day.
I think that's a safe bet. Moreno, Pantoja.
I'm gonna go with Moreno. Yeah,
Do
I
you think he
think I
wins?
think Moreno. I think he avenges his losses. He had moments of brilliance in both fights prior. Uh, I think he's on a different level now, and mentally he's kind of become a different person.
I like that as well. Speaking of being on another level, how much better are you right now versus the last time I spoke to you 3 months ago?
Um, we went back, and I've been really hitting it hard with my athletic, like strength and conditioning. Um, I've been doing a lot of like traditional karate as well, going through the rank system in Kempo, which has been fun because like even though it's like the katas and it's like the nerdy karate stuff, I've learned a lot and like it sparked my creativity and imagination. And so there's a ton of like cool little things that I've been doing and landing. Um, Being able to do it in a fight's another story. Doing it in sparring. Um, but I think like overall, I'm just more creative and I'm more confident in my athletic ability. I did put on like 5 pounds of muscle within that last time, so I started walking a little bit heavier than I normally do. Um, so I think I'm better than I was. I know I'm better than I was in March, so it
Okay.
should be good.
Can't wait to see it, man. I don't know if you pay much attention to the betting odds. It seems like, especially in the sport of MMA, it's just growing daily. It's so many, fans are getting into MMA betting. Last time I checked, you were one of the biggest dogs on the card. Does that motivate you even more?
Um, I've been paying attention. I know that there was a lot of hate on me. I know there's a lot of like disparity in skills and all that. But people don't really know me and they don't know, what I can and can't do. My fights have always been quick, so I haven't ever been able to like show a lot of things. I usually get a little bit more crazy in the second round with like stuff I'll do. Um, so we'll see. Like I'm just an unknown at this point. So Vegas can put whatever odds they want on me because they don't know me, and that's fine. Uh, I'm just gonna go out there and show the world who I am and what I do,
So having
and
said
hopefully
that,
I turn some heads.
yeah. Oh, hey, man. I have no doubt. I'm looking forward to seeing you in there. To piggyback off that last question, having said that, answering, if it, about motivation for being an underdog, does that put more pressure on you to go in there and win because you're now in the UFC, or because you're such an underdog in this fight? Do you not feel that pressure?
I don't feel it at all. Everybody says I'm gonna lose, so I have no pressure. There's no expectation I'm trying to live up to. So I can just go in there and be free. And if it goes my way, great. I have a lot of tools, I think, that are unique to me at 45 specifically. I've got really good jujitsu. I've got really good striking. I don't get to normally show both. Um, So I got no pressure. There's nothing on me. I know Brito hits hard. I know Brito's strong, but that can fade as the fight goes on. So in my head, I just gotta ideally survive the first round, which his last two fights have gone, a total of like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Um, so it'll be a good fight though. I think it'll be a good fight. If I can push the pace past that first round, I think people will be shocked.
When you first heard that, that's the opponent, Joanderson Brito, did you like the matchup stylistically for yourself and what you bring to the table?
I did because I'm very similar to Bill Algeo, and Bill beat him. We've got the same build, same stance. Bill's kind of a rangy striker, not so much of like a karate background. Bill's pretty gritty though, as well. And so I looked at the Bill fight and I was like, okay, that's my blueprint, and let's just add from there. See if there's stuff we can do different.
So Brito's got 12 finishes, 6 TKO, KO victories, and 6 submissions. Do you feel like he's better in one aspect or the other, or do you just feel like he's kind
No,
of
I just think
comparable?
he's good everywhere. I respect Brito. I respect him, and for a first opponent, it's not an easy task. But it'll be a fun one.
Do you feel if this does get out of the first round, you get him out of the first 5 minutes, that this is going to swing in your favor? You'll be able to kind of get him tired and really wear him down.
I think so. My last fight to go all 3 rounds was like 4 years ago, so I don't know. We'll see how my cardio holds up as well, outside of that first round. But I think I think I think he gets really tired in the second and third, um, and I can just push past that, and I can tell myself that he's more tired than me. Um, but if he's not, then it's going to be an exciting fight, and we're just going to keep swinging until one of us goes out on our shield.
You told me earlier in the interview that you just got to Vegas today. This is your first official, UFC fight week where, you're the star, you're the one that's, getting all the treatment, answering all the questions. Have you done anything other than just, check into the hotel room and do a couple of interviews like this? Or has it just been, go, go, go since you've got there?
No, I did some work. I had to do some work. I own my own company now, and it's a software company for combat sports. So I had to talk to some clients and set up some accounts and things like that. So I've been working a little bit, and it helps keep the mind off the fight and fight week and all that.
What did the family think when you got this opportunity? I have to imagine they were just as thrilled as, all your teammates and coaches.
Yeah. So my mom and dad and siblings super excited, even though they can't come to watch the Apex. They're coming out to Vegas, just to kind of celebrate and everything. And my wife and kids, or my daughters, they're coming out as well. Um, it's just really cool for me to, I've said, 20 years ago as a freshman in high school that I was going to do this, to, make it to this point, and my daughters can see, and they've seen the hard work. I've been doing it since before they were born. So they know how hard I worked, and they've been there, in the gym with me, watching me train. And then now they're doing karate and jujitsu as well. So like they're training. So it's cool that I got to share that with them, and that they're going to be out, and this will be the first time they've actually like traveled out to a fight with me.
That's fantastic. And I know it's limited seating inside of the Apex, but they're coming to Vegas and they won't actually be able to be in the venue. That's
I don't think
it.
they want to be in the venue.
Okay.
Yeah, my wife, she doesn't ever want to be in the venue, ever want to watch. She just wants to, find out what happened afterwards.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I can appreciate that. I've talked to a lot of significant others of friends of mine that fight, and I get it. That's, I think, very very common. Weston, when you close your eyes at night, and you're envisioning the way that this fight ends, give me your official prediction here. Do you feel like you're going to finish him, or is this going to be a fight where you're just going to have to wear him down, maybe win a decision?
Uh, you know, I go back and forth in my mind. I honestly, I don't know where the fight's gonna go. Uh, I'm more of an opportunist when I fight anyways. Very few fights do I like know exactly how it's gonna go. The last fight, I knew exactly how it was gonna go. This one, because he's so well rounded, I have no idea. I'm gonna try to set traps and make him make mistakes. Because I think his three losses have all been, a decision, knockout, and a submission as well. So we'll see. I don't know. I don't know what, to be honest, I don't have a prediction for the fight.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to be a fight of the night or a performance of the night winner. That's all I'm going for.
I love it. And with this being your UFC debut, obviously short notice opportunity here. Would you like your next fight, whenever that is, to be on a full training camp?
Uh, yeah, I mean, I normally like 5 weeks, so 5 weeks or less. To be honest, I think it'd be cool, if I win this one, to fight Doho Choi in either Australia or Singapore. I think that'd be a fun one.
Okay, you
To
already
do
got
that.
a name lined up. I love it.
Yeah, that's the name I have lined up in my head. Now, if I don't win, obviously that probably doesn't make sense fighting him. But no, that would be the next step I'd like to take is Korean. Is it Superboy? Is that his nickname? Doho
Ah,
Choi.
that sounds right. Super something. It's escaping me right now, but I
I
think
think
that's
it's
right.
Korean Superboy, but yeah, that's who
Walk
I want.
walkout song. Have you chosen that yet?
Yeah, it was a tough one. I just went with Kanye West, just some classic old school Kanye.
Okay. Can you tell me what song?
I think I did All of the Lights. It's just, I don't know. I had a hard time picking this one. I think from now on I'm gonna let my daughter start picking my walkout songs.
Okay. Would she pick some good ones? She's not gonna, pick, hey Barbie, let's go party or anything like that, right?
No, 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 no. I'll give her a list and I just let her pick between like six or seven.
Okay. Very good, man. Weston, I'm excited for you, man. I can't wait to watch it. It's going to be this Saturday, July the 1st, UFC Vegas 76. Westin Wilson making his UFC debut against Joanderson Brito. Great talking to you again, my man. As always, before we do sign off, please tell people where they can follow you on social media. If you have anyone to thank, anything to plug, the floor is yours.
Yeah, follow me at Westin Wilson, and obviously, big thanks to my team, Team Upstate Karate. We're training some fantastic fighters and athletes in that facility, and I think in the next few months and years, you'll see some of those faces and become really familiar with them. So